Hi everyone, this is Asha, and in regards to COVID-19 and how it's affecting me as a young working professional, I know for me, thankfully, I'm able to still work. I work remotely right now with my job, and I work for a university, and we're in the Student Diversity Multicultural Affairs office, and a lot of our programming is being transferred virtually. So we're doing a lot of more Instagram live programs, we're doing a lot of Zoom tune-in programs. We're still making sure that the students are engaged and participating in different engaging challenges that are going around on social media. So in regards to the type of work that I do, we're just making sure that the students are still engaged, because a lot of times everyone is still on their phone anyway. So we're just making sure that whatever programs we're having, it's now just transferred to where they can access it on their phones. And again, thankfully, I'm able to still have a job and still have compensation. So that's how it's affecting me in my regard while I'm still working.
Hi, my name is James Thomas, and one way I've been coping with the coronavirus is by making small animations like this one. One suggestion that I can give others to cope is that you can pick up all the hobbies that you didn't have enough time to do. In closing, I think everybody shouldn't be scared because God will watch over us.
Hi, I'm Melissa Harris. I don't have many concerns and fears for myself. I'm fearful and concerned for the people around me who have respiratory issues or who are elderly, because as a kid with a good immune system and stuff, I don't really have to worry. But another thing is I'm fearful about graduations getting canceled, graduation dance, my 8th grade trip, summer vacations. So I enjoy online learning, actually. I'm kind of independent, so it's easy for me to get online, learn independently, and just get my assignments completed. One thing that I do say that would helps is getting up early and getting ready for the day, because if I stay in my pajamas, then I'm not going to be able to be productive. So I just say getting ready in the morning. Making sure you're talking to friends every single day, because I know now I'm talking to my friends way more than usual, texting them and FaceTiming them, because if I didn't do that, it would just not be good.
Honestly, I just want to go back to school. I hate being at home, quarantine. I'm not an introvert. I need to go out, and I want to go to prom and hang out with my friends. And I can't do that because I have to practice social distancing, and that's annoying. But it is what it is, and hopefully this blows over. I feel at least this will bring people back to church now, because they'll realize that life is short and anything could happen. So I just know I have to keep it in God's hands, and He'll take care of it eventually.
I don't really have that many concerns during this time. I just really want things to go back to normal. It sucks that everything's getting canceled left and right, especially my college trip that was next month. I'm supposed to go to Alabama. And it's just hard to stay home and do nothing. I get really bored. So that's really the only thing.
My concerns and fears during this time is that my parents have to leave the house to do stuff, and sometimes it involves people that are sick, so I just have to remember the precautions not to get really close up. Social distancing, people say that it's it's extra, but it's actually really important to take those precautions, because you don't want to get involved and then end up getting sick. And distant learning, it's pretty fun, to be honest. Sometimes you do work, you get to go on meets with your teachers, and it's just fun.
So far, I've been staying at home along with my family. It has been a bit hard not to be able to see my friends for a long time, but all of us have kept in touch. We constantly remind each other to wash our hands and to use sanitizer to stay safe and be protected from this dreadful virus.
The coronavirus pandemic has interrupted my routine and schedule in school. I value my time in the classroom with my teachers and friends. I also enjoy asking questions in class, which makes it more difficult to explain online. I have paid attention to all of the mandated regulations set forward by the state and the governor to slow down the spread of this virus. Hand washing and hand sanitizing has become a new norm for me, and I look forward to the day when things will return to normal.
So, what I think my concerns or fears during this time would be, just staying safe, really, like having social distance from, people, not going out, especially with my injury and stuff. I don't think I'm really concerned about anything. I have a great feeling that, things will get better. It's just that when will things get better, and how long is it going to take for it to get better? How many people die? How many people have to die for, things to die down, And that's more of, I guess you could say, a concern, it affecting someone close to me. Social distancing, I'm really not going out. Like, I haven't been out since maybe 3 weeks ago. The learning, it allows me to be more focused, being in my room, not being with other people, having other people distracting me, even though you can still get distracted. And what I've been saying to my friends, one of my friends actually yesterday, they said, hey, I'm really stressing about, this thing, like we're not gonna have a graduation, like Corona's really affecting us. I'm like, yeah, but listen, like everything happens for a reason. There's a reason behind this. There's a reason why God is doing this, and we as Christians, or we as people of God, just have to realize that, it's gonna pass. And God is basically just letting us, like, he's testing us, he's saying to us, hey, I'm doing this for a reason. I want to see if you're a true believer, if you're a true follower. I want to see if you're gonna choose to, stay home and be home and talk to me, talk to your family, spend time with your mom, spend time with your dad, spend time with the people that, you usually don't get to spend time with because they're traveling. This is a time that God is saying, hey, spend time with your family, It says in the Bible, in Jeremiah 29 verse 11, it says, God knows our plans. He knows the plans that he has for us, and it's not to harm us, but it's to, give us a hope, for us to have hope in future. So if we cling on to that verse and, really meditate on that verse and understand that God is doing this, and he's doing this for a future for us, not to harm us, but to, make us prosper in the end. As long as you have a relationship with him, you're fine. As long as you believe that he will get you through this trial or whatever you're going through, you're fine. And this is what, I'm giving to you, Leanne, or anybody else that's going to be listening to this recording, is that you will be fine. If you love God, if you obey God, if you follow God's word, you will be fine. Because that's all God is asking us to do, is just love him. Just follow his word, just talk to him. Talk to him about your problems, because think about it. The trees don't worry about when they're going to get oxygen or when it's going to rain. The flowers don't worry about, when the next season, or when it's going to turn winter, or blah, 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 all that stuff. So just because you see uncertainty in the world doesn't mean you shouldn't see uncertainty in God, because God is always going to be there, and his arms are wide open, and we should always trust in that. And, that's all I have to say.
So I think one of my biggest concerns during this time would be with the elderly, and specifically my grandparents, and who are just more susceptible to the virus, and how are they being taken care of during this time, and whether their caregivers or people who they come in contact with have it or are being exposed to it. I think another big concern for me would be the homeless, who rely on things like food banks and soup kitchens, which have been canceled during this time, and just how are they getting food and how are they being provided for. Many schools have started doing distance learning. I haven't yet because I'm on spring break, but my sister has. So I'm pretty anxious to start, and I'm ready to get back to some type of normal activity. And as far as social distancing, I think it's definitely hard not to see my friends and not to be able to be around a lot of people. But I understand that it's for our own safety, and if we all do it, then it's going to change very soon. So I think it's important for us to all do it. Big way that we're going to get through this is just to remain positive, and just with all this free time, we have more time to spend with family, to exercise, to read the Bible, to just become closer with God. I think it's really important to just see the positive in this situation.
During this pandemic, I have a lot more time to read, to reflect, and learn more about the Bible. I am doing schoolwork, keeping up with different assignments, which can sometimes be difficult to stay focused. So I'm trying to be organized and have self-discipline. One of the things that I like about this period, is that I don't have to get up at 6
to go to school and that I get to spend more time with my family. But however, I really do miss my school and church friends.
My name is Tanisa MacArthur, and I attend SUNY University at Albany. Due to this recent pandemic that we are having, I am now home, and all my courses have been transitioned to online learning, which I am getting adjusted to. Also, I'm practicing social distancing, staying in the house, going outside only when I need to, or stepping outside momentarily for fresh air, doing what I can to stay safe and not to harm anybody else. Also, not being able to go to church on Saturdays is a transition because growing up, I've been in church every Saturday. So, once you're in church every Saturday, when you're home one Saturday, it's like, what do you do? So, besides watching online services, staying inside Saturdays is kind of something also that I have to get adjusted to. But I hope everybody is staying safe and doing what they can to stay safe and not putting themselves or anyone else in harm.
Hello, my name is Vaughn Johnson. The way I'm dealing with this new situation during the coronavirus, well, it was hard. It was really hard, but I gotten accustomed to it. Through school, I figured out ways to connect with my friends and my classmates over Zoom, Hangouts, Classroom. One of my fears earlier, like last week, was that I was never gonna go back to school this year. And as a freshman, I kind of wanted to end off the year like at school. Like we had our freshman retreat, we had a lot of other activities going on. And that was an experience that I'm not gonna get to have, Like I tell everybody who I communicate with to just keep on washing your hands, just maintain a healthy diet too, and stay safe and to beware, because even people who are not showing any symptoms could have this virus.
My biggest concern is that my family goes away. I hope they stay safe and that everybody takes the proper precautions to keep each other safe and stay inside. Distance learning is fine. It doesn't take too long. It's cool. You get to talk to your teachers online and stuff, so that's fine. This social distancing, staying away from each other like 6 feet apart, that's fine. I just go outside sometimes with my brother, and then I go inside and do my work, and I'll be fine for the rest of the day.
One of the concerns I have during this time is my well-being along with my family's well-being. I pray that my family and friends will not become infected with the coronavirus.
One of my concerns or fears during the coronavirus is I feel like one of my friends and family members will get infected with the virus. I pray that my friends and family members will be able to get through this time and be able to get back to our usual ways.
My fear about this virus is that it will force the rest of my school year to be done electronically, which would result in more work than I would usually be given if I was physically at school. I also fear that this virus would kill more and more people, and that it would force me to live a quarantine lifestyle much longer.
I'm Rihanna.
I'm Devon.
I work for Scribe America, stationed at Morris Heights Health Center.
And I work for FedEx Express in Mahwah, New Jersey. My concerns and fears during this time, where I guess we're considered essential workers. That's the new term that's going around. My concern and fear, well, I don't really have a lot of fear, to be honest, about this scenario. I'm a big believer that God is just, he has the whole world in his hands. So I don't really have any fear, but I do have a concern. There's not a lot of people who are following this idea of, being proactive and sanitizing their hands and staying home, just being as efficient as we can in terms of just making sure we can not spread this virus, really. What advice am I giving my friends and family? Hey man, stay informed. Just stay informed.
Yes.
Don't be afraid.
Fear yourself.
Don't be afraid of all the fear that you're hearing.
No.
That it is a serious virus. It is
very serious.
And, it's very contagious. But be informed. Do a little bit more research on it. There is a lot of misguided information, but there is a lot of good information out there. Just be informed.
Please practice good hand hygiene. Please sanitize your stuff. Please stay home. If you do not need to be outside, please stay home, because you can be asymptomatic and have the virus. So that means you just being outside can spread it to someone else. So Flattening the curve is what we need to do. And the best way we can do that is adhering to what is needed.
Hello, my name is Sidney McDonald.
And I'm Morgan McDonald.
I'll be talking about my concerns and fears regarding the coronavirus. And to start, I actually go to West Hill High School in Stamford, Connecticut, and one of my close classmates came in contact with carriers of the virus. And I was not fully aware of the situation, and I actually came in contact with my grandma later on that day, which made it a lot scarier for me just to think that I could be a carrier for it, and then she would contract the virus because of me, which is my main concern because of how close I am to her. And my fears really deal with the rising death tolls that we see in New York, which seem to double every day. And honestly, when you think about it, we usually see this in developing countries and places that aren't really close to home. But now that it's coming home, it's kind of hitting in a different way. And those are my main fears.
When it comes to coping with this new situation, it's kind of taken a while for me to adjust to our new style of daily living. School-wise, with distance learning, it has been a bit difficult to adjust to fully online and technology-based platforms to learn new material, but I seem to be adjusting pretty well. Social distancing and being away from all my friends has been difficult as well, but FaceTime and other interactions through technology has really helped me keep in contact with friends and family. Aside from this, I feel like I've been pretty okay being limited indoors. I've gone on a few walks with my mom, and that's really helped me not feel too confined or claustrophobic within my home. But aside from this, I feel like I'm coping pretty well, and I'm doing my best to help everyone else around me adjust to the situation.
Hello everyone, my name is John Webb and I'm currently a student at Buffalo State College. One way that this coronavirus pandemic has affected me personally is the fact that I am home for the rest of the semester. My school extended our spring break from 1 week to 2 weeks, and they asked that we stay home for the rest of the semester. Also, this coming Monday, we will be starting distance learning, which pretty much means we'll be taking courses online as opposed to in the classroom. Another way that this has affected me is the fact that I'm not able to go to church on Saturdays. I enjoy going to church on Sabbaths and I miss going to church on Sabbaths, but I must say that I do appreciate this time that I get to spend with my family, being that I am in college, so I am at school and away from home for majority of the year, so I am grateful for that. I also want to say thank you to those who are working so hard throughout the week and on Sabbaths to make sure that we have these online services, so thank you to you guys. But I just want to say to everyone, I hope you guys are being safe, staying in the house and washing your hands, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.
Hi, I'm Leanne. And during this COVID-19 pandemic, I'm not too concerned about myself or my direct family because we're all taking the correct precautions to stay safe. I also think that I'm handling our new situations pretty well. I'm actually on spring break right now, but we'll resume school on Monday. And before my break, we did 2 trial days of distance learning. I think that after some changes to my curriculum and grading system, it won't be too bad. I definitely miss seeing my friends from both church and school, but luckily I've been able to call or FaceTime them at any time. And many of my friends have come to me with their own concerns, but I think it's best to just try to stay positive about everything going on and trust that God has a plan. Since last year, I've made a habit of reading the news daily, and I find that staying informed about everything going on is very important. My mom has also been watching the news, but I think that some newscasters tend to spread the wrong message, so I just prefer to read articles from credible news sources. There's no point in worrying too much, just know the facts and we'll get through this. I hope you all stay safe and do your best to protect those around you.